Hello and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Today I'm showcasing Cubix, one of the best decks I think for this meta. It's very nice, very simple deck. It can OTK, it can control the board state nowadays with the new support. It has a very neat and very good effects during the graveyard or when you activate them, and also have a very nice OTK enabler with Crimson Nova the Dark Cubic Lord. So without further ado, let's begin. We play 3 copies of Crimson Nova the Dark Cubic Lord, as mentioned before. It's a very nice card. You can spell summon this from your hand if you have 3 other cubic cards with different names in your hand, and can also be special summoned by other ways. It's unaffected by monsters' activated effects, whose original attack is 3000 or less, so it has a very neat protection, and also if it destroys a monster by battle, it can swing again one more time. 3000 for 2 times, it's very good because it can bring the opponent to low points of health to finish them basically, and it's very nice. Also, during the end phase, both you and your opponent take 3000 points of damage to pressure on and try to decay them as soon as possible. Next, we play 3 Duza, the best card as a normal summon we can use in this deck. It has a very nice Foolish Burial effect. You can send one cubic card, either monster or spell and trap, to the graveyard, and also it has a nice boost when you send a monster and you can activate it during this turn. It's very nice and very neat, and also it provides a lot of combos, and also it's a card that you must draw in your first turn or second. It helps the deck a lot. For other cubic names, we play 3 Summoner Monks. Very neat to bring out the Duza as mentioned. You can pitch 1 spell and trap and also bring out Duza or Summoner Monk depending on your needs to go for Exist plays or Link plays, whatever you want to do. Next we play 1 Basting Gown Gil and 1 Doomvault for cubic names basically. Then we play 2 Ghost Ogres to try to bring down our opponent in case they have something that tries to put a strain to our game plan, and it's very neat. And also, because we play Reasoning, it's very helpful the opponent to don't pick a level 4 monster, to pick this, bring this out, and also go to single plays if you need to go that route. But we don't use singles in this build. Next we play 2 Gera Guile the Cubic King to burn them for 800 points of damage, and also very neat with a card that I will showcase later. We play 1 Dark Garnex just for name, basically it's not very needed, and 3 V-Jump the Dark Cubic Seed because it enables the Cubic Karma, and also have a very nice mechanic that when it can be destroyed by battle, and also when this card is attacked or it's attacked, it can go to a spell trap zone and put a cubic counter. Monsters with cubic counters cannot activate their effects or attack, so that's the entire defense gimmick, so it's very neat to have. Next we play 3 Foolish Burial Goods, send to a card that we need to the graveyard to fix our hand and possibly try to OTK. Reasoning, as I mentioned before, because it's very neat. In this build you can mill a lot of decks and try to bring a lot of cubic cards to activate, so you can OTK your opponent. We play 1 Monster Gate, because it's like Reasoning, you can only have one of these at the same button list we use now. We play 2 Cubic Wave. Very nice card. It can OTK the opponent because it doubles the attack of one of our monsters and halves the an opponent's monster. And also you can banish this card with cubic cards to bring cubic counters to your opponent during your turn. So it's very nice and it combos very well with Cubic Karma. For our spicy tech we play 2 Mask Change. I think Mask Change is a very underrated card in this build, but I don't see the reason why not to use them. It's very good because you can turn all your monsters basically to heroes to try to draw cards, attack for 1400 damage, try to bring Dark Law to lock them, or you can utilize Koga in case you want to do that, try to OTK or / attack the opponent. And it's very neat and very good. And also it enables, if you pitch and send a cubic monster, to use Unification of the Cubic Lords to bring back a monster and try to swing more. So it's very neat and very good. Cubic Karma is the best spell in the entire deck, because when this card is sent into the graveyard, you can banish this from the graveyard to draw 1 cubic monster. Basically, Duza or Crimson Nova to help maintain the place, and it's very good. Also, it has another effect that you can cut your opponent's life points in half if you bring out a V-jump during your opponent's turn, but it's very difficult to activate. Next, we play 3 cubic Dharma. It's very good because your monster doesn't take any battle damage, so you can swing with V-jump to try to bring your opponent down to don't have effects and don't have attacks, so it's very good, and you don't take the battle damage. Also, the most important effect is that you can send 1 cubic card from your hand to the graveyard to draw 1 card, so it's very neat because you can fix your hands if you have multiple cubic monsters and you try to activate Crimson Nova, or you can banish this card from your graveyard to add a cubic monster from your graveyard into your hand to fix again your hand in case you want Crimson Nova, and also try to bring them back. We play 1 cubic Ascension. It's not the best card in the entire archetype, I think. It's very neat. It can bring a V-jump to try to block your opponent and try to maintain the game state, but I think you need it for the cubic name more often than not. Cubic Causality is the next greatest trap, I think, in the entire deck after the unification, because it distributes counter, doesn't target, doesn't point, so it's very good, and you can have multiple monsters gaining cubic counters and then try to banish this to target the 1 cubic monster you control to attack and burn them for more damage. So it's very good, very neat card, and 2 copies I think are the best. Last but not least is Unification of the Cubic Lords. The polymerization effect in this card, it rarely activates, but when it does, it's, I think, OTK basically. And also the best effect for this is that you can banish multiple copies per turn. That means you can bring Duza, link away with Summer Monk, use this, bring another Duza against the other one, and try to move and link climb. So it's very good and very neat. And you can bring at the last the Doom Vault, because in case it dies, you can bring back 3 Duzas and try to reopen the game state. So it's very good and very neat. So that's the whole main deck. Now let's proceed to the extra deck. For the extra deck, we play 1 Crimson Nova Dark Cubic Lord. Basically, you can bring it with Unification. No other ways are available in this build. And it's swing for the game. It's a very nice beat stick. When it attacks 2 times, it cuts your opponent 2 times in half. And at 4,500 attack, it's very good and very neat. Also, your opponent cannot burn you for damage, so it's very good. For heroes, we play 1 Anki to attack for 1,400 directly, or try to gain another max change in case you want to keep the circle I was talking about before. 1 Divine Wind because we play the Gera Guile. 1 Koga because we can use this with Duza to bring this out and try to attack. 1 Dark Claw to use with V-Jump or any other Dark Cubic monster, except Crimson Nova, which the effect doesn't apply. Also, Summer Monks is very neat to go to a Dark Claw, why not? For Xyz, we play 1 Gustav Max, 2000 burn damage. Redoer, because we try to go to the long play in case this happens. Also very good to draw cards, pop cards, and basically have him escape and come back again to proceed. Tornado Dragon is very needed because we try to avoid any spell and trap removal and mostly trap removal, because the Crimson Nova is very sensitive to spell and traps removal, so we try to avoid that. 1 Gaga Cowboy for game, very good, very clutch. It can came out a lot, and in case you bring out Gera Guile and Cowboy, 16,000 damage is very good. Also, the heroes are put because I want to try to finish the game as soon as possible. If you try to bring out Nova and then go with a do something else, let's say, two times if you swing, it's 5,000, and with the effect of Crimson Nova, you finish them with 8,000 or more damage, so it's very important in this build. We play 1 Zeroboros because we try to link climb to this to bring him with very high numbers. 1 Topologic Bomber because it's very neat to have a Dark Hole, and also the cubic monster that comes to this zone is protected by the effect of Topologic Bomber, so it's very neat. Trishbania to try to avoid spell and traps in case this happened. Decode Talker, just a link 3, put anything that you like. Pit Knight early, on the other hand, it's very needed in this build. Generic, it makes a monster go to 0 attack and it negates its effects. And it's very good because we can swing with Crimson Nova 1 time 3,000, 1 second time 6k, and then finish them off with a burn damage, or bring the entire combo as I said before. And one link Rebo, why not to use with V-Jump in, you know, things happened. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile, and why not throw a like. Bye!